so much. Thank you. Thanks so much. G'day, Jeff. How are you, mate? How are you? Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Good to see you. Please sit down. Thank you. This is almost as enthusiastic a response as I had in the Parliament on Wednesday when I stood up to ask my first question from the backbench in 21 years. I want to say thank you to all of you for being here today, because what you're doing is saying that our members want their party back. That's what you're saying. And it's absolutely vital that our members take our party back, because we need strong political parties in this country. If political parties are weak, our democracy is in trouble. And I've got to say to you, our political parties are weak right now, and because they're weak, our democracy is not as strong as it should be. Cast your mind back to the election that we've just had, back in July. In the House of Representatives, 24% voted for candidates other than those of the two major parties. 24% thought that the two parties that have governed our country since Federation weren't good enough to get their vote. 5% didn't vote for anyone at all, and 9% didn't bother showing up, thereby risking a $50 fine. Now, when something like 40% of the people of our country do not think that one or other of the major parties is worthy of their vote, we have a problem. Now, we can't do anything about our political opponents, but we can do something to make our party as good as it possibly can be. That is our duty, to try to make our party as good as it possibly can be, and no one looking at the Liberal Party today can be happy with what they see. Look at the Liberal Party today, and what do you see? A party that 30 years ago had 50,000 members in New South Wales. Today we've just got 8,000 members. We've got a constitution that runs to 240 pages, and the only one that counts is that says 75% of the state executive can do whatever it wants. And we lost 7 seats at the federal election. So we do have to take our party back. If I may say so, today's meeting, it's about you and it's about us. It's about empowering you, and it's about making our party better. And as you look at the Liberal Party, it's absolutely obvious what we need. We need more members and we need less factions. Yeah. And how can we get more members unless we are prepared to say to everyone who joins our party, you will have a say? How can we, in good conscience, invite people to join our party if we don't invite them in for their minds, we don't invite them in for their judgment, we don't invite them in to exercise an informed judgment, we simply say, join our party to turn up at fundraisers and hand out on polling day. That is an insult to the people of Australia if that is the deal we offer them. And the only way to beat the factions, the only way to end the closed shop, as John Howard called it, the only way to make our party less of an insiders club is to invite everyone in and to give everyone who comes in a say in policy, sure, but most of all a say in doing the one thing that we absolutely rely upon political parties to do, to choose a candidate for Parliament. It's easy to manipulate the 100 or so people who were there at the last Senate pre-selection in New South Wales. But it's impossible to manipulate 8,000 members. It's easy to manipulate the 100 or so who were there for the last contested pre-selection for a safe seat in New South Wales, but it's much harder to manipulate the 500 or so members that we have in these conferences. That's why we've got to empower the people. And right now, if I may say so, we are saying, as we should, that the nature of marriage in our country should be determined by the whole people. And that's absolutely right. The definition of marriage in this country should be determined by the whole people. But how can we say that the whole people should determine the definition of marriage, but we aren't going to let more people choose members of the Liberal Party? So we have a challenge. We have a challenge to give the future the best possible Liberal Party. Now, I owe so much to this party. I owe so much to this party. Because I was a member, first of the St Ives branch, then of the Waverley branch, and for the last 22 years of the Seaforth branch, because I was a member of those branches and because I have been supported by the Warringah FEC for the last 22 years, I had the extraordinary privilege of being the 28th Prime Minister of our country. I owe the Liberal Party everything that I have achieved in public life. And I would like to give something back to the Liberal Party. I would like to leave this great party in a much stronger state than I found it. I would like a democratic, a vigorous, a powerful and a fair Liberal Party to be my legacy. I would like it to be our legacy, the legacy of all of us to the Liberals of the years and the decades to come. And I think that next week at the annual general meeting of our party, all of us together can produce a great unifying moment. We can embrace together this principle that is so important to us. Because this is not about supporting one Liberal over another Liberal. This is not about relitigating battles that might have taken place some time ago in our party. This is about unifying around something that all of us can believe in, that John Howard supports, that Tony Abbott supports, that Malcolm Turnbull supports, that Barry O'Farrell supports, and that Mike Baird supports. Yeah. Premiers past and present, Prime Ministers past and present, all of us want a better and a stronger Liberal Party, and that means empowering the members, and that means inviting more members in. That's what we want to do, make this party as good as it possibly can be. Now, this has been a wonderful gathering. This will continue to be a wonderful gathering. But we can't leave here today and think, haven't we had a wonderful meeting? We have not done our job today. What we have done today is warm ourselves up for next weekend. Next weekend is where the action is. And I hope every single one of you will be there at the annual general meeting next weekend. Not all of you are delegates. Frankly, that is the problem. All of you should be delegates. All of you should be delegates. But what we've got to do next weekend, all of us, is say enthusiastically but respectfully to all of our fellow Liberals in New South Wales that democracy matters, that the only democracy worth having is one man, one vote. Yes. One woman, one vote. One person, one vote. Yes, I thought for a moment, a one man, one vote, yes, and as long as I'm the one man, that's fine, but that's not the democracy we want. What we want is real democracy, and we want it now. We don't just want trials for the next state election. We don't just want trials for the next federal election. We want real democracy. We want it now, and our message to all our fellow Liberals next weekend is just get it done. Yeah. Just get it done. That's what we need next weekend. See you there. See you there.